Hello and welcome to Madrid Direct. Today, Fundación Ramón Areces hosts a workshop on gender economics, and we are going to talk with Alex Armand, who just presented the results of a study he conducted on the impact of targeted money transfers on women's empowerment. Alex Armand, thanks very much for being with us today.
Well, thanks to you. So the results of what I presented is related to basically to the conditional cash transfers, which are social programs in which the government is transferring some money in exchange of a change in behavior among individuals. And the interest in these programs is that we don't know whether it's better to transfer the money to the mother or the father of the child when we want to increase, for example, education. So what we are doing in the study I presented here, we're trying to understand how much money the woman is willing to give away in order to receive the transfer rather than give it to the husband. And the idea is that transferring money to women is empowering them, and we're interested in to understand how much money they're willing to give away in order to empower themselves a little bit more.
Are these kind of policies only useful in developing countries? We've seen programs such as this, based on this kind of idea in Brazil, for instance. Can we try that in developed countries?
Well, this is for sure more of an effect in developing countries, and the reason is that women tend to be less empowered in developing countries because they tend to be less educated, to work less, and in other ways they are less able to bring home more income. It's probably working as well in developed countries, but the issue is more different because usually both men and women tend to work much more, so they're more used to manage money, and it might be that this effect is much smaller in developed countries than developing.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of elements do you assess in your study? Is it financial figures? Is it money that you measure, or more results in order of social benefits?
So we are playing a very simple game with women. So we invite women in a lab, so outside of their dwelling, of their house, and we ask them to make choices. So we offer them to choose between receiving the money themselves with a little cost, or receiving the money to give the money to their partner. And then we change the cost so that we want to understand when the woman change. So for example, if you offer the household a large amount for the husband or a smaller amount to the woman, it might be that the woman is choosing the husband, or it might be that it's just choosing to receive the money with smaller amounts because they don't want the husband to manage the money.
Mm-hmm. And just my last question is, can you give a good example of one of these programs that has worked well? We've talked about Brazil, but are there any other program working at the moment in any country in the world that it's a good example of this?
Well, in this case, we don't really have too many answers. So the one we are studying, which is in the Republic of Macedonia in Eastern Europe, this kind of program is randomized. So in part of the country, the money is going to the father, in part of the country is going to the mother. And we are in the moment in which we're actually studying what are the effects. And the reason of the importance of this is that most social programs, we're thinking about, as you said, in Brazil, or Oportunidades in Mexico, or Familias en Acción in Colombia, they have a very nice feature that they transfer the money only to women. So we don't know in these countries, we're talking about programs which have thousands of participants, whether we would have better effect if we would give just the money to the father. So in most of these countries, the transfer is assumed to be better if it's transferred to the women. But we don't really know what is the mechanism behind transferring money and empowerment within the household.
Alex Armand, thanks very much.
Thanks to you.
That was it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next Madrid Direct on Dukascopy TV.